So we are giving them the go ahead, and they can get started right about now. So as mentioned, this is the first round of Swiss. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing a good match here today. So between Lianorn and Flagburg. So what do you guys expect to see?
I expect to see a lot of boosting and a lot of attacking.
in its base form also.
Yes, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell also, indeed also. Well,
that's like saying what do you expect from Overlord deck? A lot of standing.
Yes.
A lot of overstanding indeed also. Okay, alright, so as the match goes on, both players are getting their immediate ride up. But Riven actually, her right deck is actually playing with the Zorga one. So making use of the draw 2, and then you have to discard 1 order card, or you discard 2 cards away. So basically just allowing just making sure they're allowing both players to allowing Rin to actually be able to get the plus draw. So because of course you will definitely want a mulligan for the order, so to be there. Alright. But all in all, apologies everybody if you're glitching from there, because I believe the glitching may be coming from their side as well. So yeah, I'm not sure whether it might be my side or their side. I have tested this out, it was all working fine, no problem as well. Just like with everything that's going on right now. But players just making sure that there's no misplays and all that as well. Alrighty. So now with the first attack coming in, no trigger, but it is the great tree that it is the great tree that appears in the back row of the Vanguard. Alrighty, heal trigger on Matt's side. So the heal trigger a little early. Here we go again. Alrighty, and Matt just running up to Rectina, I believe, if I'm getting the name correctly. Alright. So going on with the offensive, so calling all the great ones out front also to just really apply a lot more pressure and just try to put Rin at 3 if possible also. Critical trigger gone away from the first attack, but plus 10k. So a little bit of defenses for Rin on that side, as Matt attacks with the Vanguard over here. Numbers wise, I believe will go through. Alright. No trigger on that side, but Matt will have to pass system because his last remaining Rearguard will not be able to attack. Okay. And it's right up to Ascendant Assault. So Ascendant Assault unfortunately will not be able, rather Inroad Shooter is not there, so we won't be seeing an additional Rearguard call from here. So. But then again, with the way that Rin has built up a deck, so and also with cards like Spiritual Body Condensation, it allows her to really be able to actually call out cards from the drop zone out to the Rearguard circles. Are you guys able to see the match?
Yeah. No problem.
Yep.
Just like staring.
Just staring indeed. So Matt now coming in with Lianorn and making use of Lianorn's ability to be able to call out a Great 1's ability, or rather it should be the Great 2's ability to call out the Great 1 from the drop zone. Of course, it'd be wise also to Soul Blast the Great 1 from the right deck and call it out because it's actually a really, really good booster. So I believe it's a 30k booster. Now making use of Lianorn's skill to Soul Blast and discarding 1 card from hand so that Lianorn can get 1 drive, and then when she attacks, which she is, choose 3 Rearguards in the back row with the boost ability to boost, and they all give the power to the Vanguard. So looking at the math over here, I believe it is 13 plus 24, then plus another 10 afterwards, so because of the 2 power-ups on that side. However, it's a no-guard from Rin. First check, no trigger. Second check, Resilient Dragon. Third check, no trigger either as well. Complete blank on Matt's side as well. And a complete blank also on Rin's side too as well. And also make use of the booster skill, which allows you to actually send a card to the soul, and then you get to draw one. Lianorn's skill after the battle effects, so can stand 2 of the rearguards in the back row. And Resilient Dragon does gain power as well because 3 units have boosted this turn, and there will be a 5th one also, which the 5th one will allow Resilient Dragon to actually move itself into soul and then stand a rearguard. So Rin getting a trigger, plus 10k. A little bit of defense right there, but this is still quite a high powered attack coming in, so which will have to block, so 15k. No problem at all.
You know, one thing's very scary about Lianorn and a lot of the new decks in 06 and 07 is that you can just kick off right at the get-go. Yeah, going first now has quite the advantage at times. Really.
Yep, just going for the raw multiple attacks also, just at the early part also really does help a lot. So.
Yep, because the thing about a lot of the previous decks has a lot of these limitations where they are restricted by purely your opponent needs to be a grade 3 or something like that, then they can start doing their things. But once 06 started coming in, most of the cards just go straight for... It just happens.
Indeed. Indeed also. So right now with Flagburg being now rated up to as well, she has called out Ascendant Assault and Ascendant Assault skill, and she has revealed that she has Flagburg in her hand also, which allows Rin to actually keep the Rancor chain actually in the soul, so she doesn't have to blast out everything. So. And of course, in the pulse coming in right now, in the pulse won't withstand because it's the first attack after all. Okay, just gotta double check on everything. It does have the additional ability, which is that if there are 4 attacks or more this turn, you can move it into soul and then draw 1, so that will help to recover the soul blast cost that will need to withstand itself, as we have just seen. So, putting Matt at 3 damage right now, but some plus damage to Rin's side also would mean that she has quite a few resources to be able to do the multi attacks that she needs to kind of pay back what Matt has did to her in the last turn.
But at the same time, being at 4 damage this early against Lianorn might be a bit dangerous considering how big the power is, because one of the key factors against Lianorn usually defies on damage control. But at the same time, the thing about Lianorn is that it hits very, very hard very quickly. Indeed,
also. But let's also not forget as well also that Flagburg does have that guard restrict in the way. Now that there's going to be 5 attacks. This is actually the 4th attack right now, coming from the back row, 23k. Is that a heal? Oh no, that's a trigger. Is that a trigger? No, I believe that's not a trigger. Yeah, no, it's not a trigger unit. So
no,
the black model actually helps in that. So no defensive triggers for Matt's side. Now there's 5 attacks already, so Flagburg already has plus 10k. Removes 2 rear guards from Matt's side, and of course the guard restrict 2 as well. So Matt will need to guard with 3 cards or more for this battle. And being at 5 damage right now, so it's quite dangerous also. So Matt will have to drop a lot of cards to go along with PG2 as well. No triggers on Rin's side, so Matt may have dodged the bullet there, but that depends on on how big Ascendant Assault will be. But Ascendant Assault not powerful enough to hit either side as well, so Rin will have to pass the turn over.
So now it's Matt's turn, stand and draw.
Yes, indeed. So. Alright.
さあどうする?
Okay. Alrighty, so hopefully it's okay, everybody. Everything is alright. Yep. And right now we're just observing it, so to see just how Matt managed to counterattack. So of course, the one thing about Lianorn is that it's like once you know what's going on, once you know what's going on, so it's like you kind of like are prepared for it all the way through, correct?
That's one thing, but at the same time, because it still hits so hard. The thing about a lot of the Vanguard decks is that you know it's coming. The question is how can you stop it? No.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, if you have PG, so do you have enough guards or enough damage buffers in it? Also, because sometimes having go up these big attacks also means that you might want to guard a little bit earlier, also, just to be able to give yourself some damage buffers also, especially if you don't start with like say PGs in your hand. Also. or don't manage to get your PGs in hand. Alright, hand count from there. Rin coming in with a very nice 8 cards in hand, so still quite okay in terms of it, if mostly are defenses. But we got a critical trigger on Matt's side, popping it off to Festoso Dragon, another critical trigger. Again, power to Festoso, and critical critical goes to Resonance Dragon right now. Third check for Lianorn, Resonance Dragon coming in. And yeah, the PG did stave off quite a big amount of damage also. But does Rin have the capability to be able to block off both sides right now? Because she is in threat levels also at 4 damage.
So you're like double critical.
Alrighty.
Okay, perfect guard.
Yep, perfect guard on Rin's side. So being able to block off this Festoso Dragon as well, but don't forget, I believe Resonance Dragon might be able to, rather Matt might want to invoke Resonance Dragon's ability to be able to restand in Rearguard. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Just making some adjustments on my side as well.
Oh, so Rin couldn't guard that last attack.
And then
and
no Q trigger.
No heal triggers unfortunately also. So that is game right there also. With Rin actually losing out to the double critical from there. Yeah. Just gotta make that note right there, and yep.